ancient Egypt, 1900 years before Christ. On the shores of the Nile River, in a town called Menat Hafiu, stood a tomb of Hinamhotep, a prominent man who was the king of the Hebenu. He was also called the Lord of the East. A secret inscription was written on the tomb. According to the ancient Egyptian legend, the reading of the inscriptions on someone's tomb led to eternity for the deceased. The unique idea behind this inscription was changing the writing of some of the Egyptian hieroglyphics. It was a puzzle, in fact, challenging the reader to stop and reflect to discover the concealed meaning. This inscription is referred to as the earliest cryptogram. One of the earliest examples of the use of the Greek alphabet is known as the dipylon inscription. The dipylon inscription is a short text written on an ancient Greek pottery vessel, dating back to 740 before Christ. It is written from right to left, with the individual letters mirror-shaped in comparison with modern forms. Literal translation. Whoever of all these dancers now plays most delicately, to him this. The text marks the vessel as a prize in a dancing competition. In the 4th century before Christ, Aristotle wrote that this work is hard, as it is not clear what is related to what. He was talking about the ancient Greek writing like the dipylon inscription. 2 centuries before Aristotle, the Greeks wrote without spaces between the words and without any punctuation marks. Reading such texts resembled a process of decrypting, which was very hard work. India was the only country where the method of encrypting numbers with the use of words became widespread. In this system, numbers are substituted with words. For example, the number 1 was substituted by a word for something singular. The number 2 was something in pairs, like eyes, and so on. Sky, Earth, Eyes, Time is a chain of words that stand for the figure 3210. First, you have a chain of 0, 1, 2, 3, and then you need to reverse it to 3210. Many manuscripts suffered from the humid climate or were destroyed by fire, so the precious knowledge on mathematics and astronomy were lost forever. Until the modern age, many scientific Indian works appeared in the form of poetry, very short, only including the main rules and facts, which scientists were supposed to learn by heart. Let's fast forward to the medieval times, when the written language is much more common and is not used exclusively by scientists and philosophers. The general public starts to record household operations and financial transactions. Suddenly, there appeared the predecessors of the banks, as we know them. They performed new operations like money saving and money exchange, as well as starting to develop mutual settlements between the clients. Settlements occurred on the basis of a so-called transfer right, which was a transfer in writing from one table written on a piece of paper to another. The tables played the role of the accounts. Each client had an account, his personal document with a table and his name on it. If the client gave his money to the bank, he didn't have to worry about his trade settlements anymore. The bankers did all the work. As time passed, banks have become trusted institutions which played an important intermediary role between trading parties. They helped to draft contracts and worked as agents in trade deals. The progress in this field led to the appearance of credit letters from one bank to another. This benefited their clients, who traveled a lot with the goods, but didn't have to carry money with them anymore. As trading operations grew, there appeared new forms of settlements, such as promissory notes and bank bills. In the 16th and 17th centuries, banks developed credit operations. The person who had such a credit bill on hand could receive the funds independently of the underlying trade operation. That was possible due to the bank's authority and to the increased level of protection of the paying documents. This path has continued until present day. Banks arrange for settlements and credit the households, thereby acting as intermediaries in the process of redistribution of capital. For a long time, it has been envisioned as an efficiency that benefited the consumer. But is this going to continue? Trust, safety, reliability, and means of exchange – that's what people still need and seek, as it was thousands of years ago. Hundreds of years proved that you achieve this goal if using encrypted communication of information through safe channels and platforms. As the inscriptions on the stones were replaced by papyrus and then paper, the technology is going to account for all of the requirements, as well as become the new solution and way of doing things. One single technology, based on cryptography and distributed system with a controlled access to the information, is capable to satisfy all the needs at once. This technology is called blockchain. Data confidentiality, default of data substitution or removal, user authenticity, identification of the originality and current ownership of the data, control and avoidance of double entry, direct access to the system for every participant, and distributed nature of all these benefits, as opposed to working through an intermediary, are the core features of the blockchain technology. Now it's time to redefine the role of the intermediary institutions in the economy. Technology can enable all the participants to bring value. Plan for the future, because that's where you're going to spend the rest of your life. Mark Twain.